Yes, very good morning, my dear friends. Guys, good morning. Right, come on, very good. The last class we discussed very clearly about the basic introduction to what GST is all about, but we have still a lot more points to talk about it and become perfect in. So tell me, my dear friends, which country was the first country to introduce GST? France. Which year? Can you please tell me? Way back in the 1954. India introduced GST when? 1st of July 2017. Correct, no, my dear friends? India introduced GST on 1st of July 2017. Exactly. And almost close to more than 160 countries brought GST. After that, India brought GST. And in India, we have adopted Canada model of GST, technically known as dual GST model. And to bring that dual power, there was a need to amend the constitution. For that, they brought Constitution 122nd Amendment Act 2016. Bill is 2014, Act is 2016. Agreed or not? Constitution Amendment Bill 2014, Constitution Amendment Act 2016. And there was need to amend the Constitution because to give that dual power, it was required to amend the Constitution. Friends, are we all clear till this? Very once. Okay, one small thing, small announcement, that is taking some more time to get the materials ready because we are giving the color print. That's where the materials is some time to ready. So for a few days till the time material comes, I'll share the soft copy of first 1-2 chapters with you. But at the same time, I'll also make you write some points in the classroom. So please write those points also in the class. Okay, guys? Everyone? Is that all of us? Excellent. Then, my dear friends, tell me, under GST law, do we have a word called purchase or sale? No. Only one word called? If it is supply, then GST will apply only if it is. Very good. And what are the two types of supply? Intrastate supply and interstate supply. Oh, you told inward supply, outward supply. Okay, very good. That is also correct. Inward supply and outward supply. And for the purpose of taxation, we have intrastate supply, intrastate supply. Intrastate supply, what do we charge? GST and SGST or CGST and UTGST. Interstate supply, what do we charge? Very good. Please tell me, my dear friends, what is Article 312A? Definition for GST. It says what? GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Yes or no? Then tell me, my dear friends, what is Article 269A? IGST, levied by whom? Central government. Collected by whom? Central government. Then it is shared with the states. And which state they will share? Of course, consumption state, because GST is a destination based consumption tax. Correct? No, friends. What is Article 279A? GST Council. Please tell me, in council from center side, who will be there? Union Finance Minister, Minister of State for Finance. And these two put together, they have got a weight of 1/3 weighted vote. And all states put together 2/3 weighted vote. And to pass a resolution, there should be 3/4 majority. So technically, center alone, state alone cannot take any decision. Very good. What is a quorum? Half of total number of members. Friends, are we clear with all these points? 3 buddies, sir. Please open your notes. Start writing some points. Put the heading as the first chapter as Introduction to GST. I hope you have a fresh book with you, right? No? You're not maintaining a fresh book for GST? Or all in one book, all subjects, one book only? All in one? Or onwards? Sure? Pakka? Then don't write today. How many of you brought the book? Raise your hand. Over majority. Oh, all girls have brought. Boys also brought. Very good. Excellent. Then let's write. Let's write. Put the chapter name, Introduction to GST. First topic name, write it as Introduction to GST. And you have to keep writing as bullet points, my dear friends. Bullet points. All bullet points only. Don't try to create paragraphs, stories, essay writing you don't do. Let's write bullet points only. Everyone clear, sir? Right, first point. GST is an Direct tax, GST and direct tax, GST and what tax, sir? Direct tax. That is, know how to write that is, no? That is tax where impact and incidence on what person, sir? Different person. Point. India adopted Canada model of what, my dear friends? Dual center and state together will and collect. Center and state together will and collect to give dual power constitution 101st, what, sir? Amendment Act was passed. Give dual power constitution 101st Amendment Act was passed. Friends, are we clear till this? Please reply. Brief one, sir. At the next point. Under GST law, there is no purchase or sale or providing service. Instead, is supply. It is what, my dear friends? Now write very important point. As per Article 6(12)(a). Come on, tell me, friends. GST is a tax on supply of all goods, services, or food, except alcoholic liquor or human consumption. All goods or services or both except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Five petroleum products have been temporarily kept outside GST. Five petroleum products have been temporarily kept outside GST. Correct, no, friends? The bracket you write, come on. Petroleum crude, Bracket you write. What do you write? Come on. Petroleum crude. Come on. High speed diesel. Petroleum crude. High speed. What, my dear friends? Diesel. Motor spirit. Then natural gas and aviation turbine. I'm sure we are clear with this. Friends, please reply. Water kept outside GST, sir, temporarily. Petroleum crude, high speed diesel, motor spirit, natural gas and aviation turbine fuel. Is that clear? Important point. There are two types of supply. Known as state and interstate. Sir, I have a question to you. When do we call a supply as intrastate? Within the same state. Very good. If you write that answer, half mark also will not come. The answer is not that. Very good. If location of supplier and don't tell recipient. There is an interesting concept called place of supply. Location of supplier and place of supply are in same state, regarded as what, my dear friends? Then it is regarded as intrastate supply. Get GST and GST is next interest. Location of supplier and place of supply are in different state. And it is regarded as what, my dear friends? Interstate supply. That I will write IGST is levied. What is levied, sir? IGST. Come on, friends, please tell me, when do we call a supply as intrastate supply? The location of supplier and the place of supply both are in same state, then it is regarded as intrastate supply. But if location of supplier and place of supply are in different state, then it is regarded as interstate supply. Full clarity on this? So please tell the word, don't tell the word within the same state, different state. Don't tell that statement. LOS, POS both are in same state, it is intrastate supply. LOS, POS different state, it is known as interstate supply. Are we fully clear with this? Brief one, sir. Good. As per article 269A, IGST levied and collected. IGST is levied and collected by central government. subsequently shared with state bracket as consumption state. Correct, no friends? The logic behind that is what? GST is a destination based consumption tax. And my dear friends, let me ask you, we'll not write that, but let me ask. We shifted from origin based taxation to consumption based taxation, yes or no? Because we shifted, some states have suffered, yes or no? So for that, government imposed what? GST compensation cess. They initially told it is for 5 years, which was technically up to 30th March, which was technically up to June 2022. They extended up to 31st March 2026. Now the story is over. But sir, once upon a time is just 2 months back. What was the story, you know? When you buy one car, for knowledge, please listen, it's important. When you buy one car, no, there was a GST rate of 28% plus 20% GST compensation cess. And this 20% is very dangerous. Why very dangerous, I will tell. In income tax, you have HEC, you know, health and education cess. Sir, HEC is a percentage on what? Tax. Do you agree to that? HEC is HEC 4% is never a percentage on income. It's a percentage on tax. Surcharge 10, 15, 25, whatever it is. It's also percentage on tax. We'll calculate surcharge on the tax. HEC on tax plus surcharge. Ultimately, HEC is the percentage on tax. But this compensation cess was not a percentage on tax. It was a percentage on value. So technically, the tax rate was 48%. If a Toyota company is selling one Fortuner car, Toyota company will make profit of only 1 lakh, but government will make a tax of 10 lakh. See? I'm not joking, I'm serious. Whenever somebody says, "Kaun banega crorepati," 1 crore, how much ever he is happy, equally government is happy. The 30% is gone, no? 30% basic only, surcharge separate, HEC separate. Sir, yes or no, sir? Are we getting clarity? And I hope you know, I hope you heard the newspaper or in TV or in article or in Instagram. So today's date, lot of news we are seeing on Instagram only. Before anywhere we see, we'll see there only. So somewhere you would have seen that 22nd September 2025, government has changed a lot of GST rates. Earlier we had rates like 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%. What government has done is they removed this 12, they removed this 28. And they told rates are only 5, 18, 40%. Some people Instagram, what do you call that, content creators, started shouting, government is doing ridiculous stuff, 28% became 40%, 12% rate increase. This is lot of trouble to the genuine taxpayer. Are a mental fellow. Earlier it was 28 plus 20%, total 48. 48 became 40. But what this fellow is telling, 28 became 40, 12% increase. They are like people who are outside movie theater, first show done, after that they'll give review. He has not seen movie only. He's about to go inside to watch the movie, saw camera standing there and telling and giving reactions. Not normal reactions, same reaction. Right? No, so don't just believe something which you see in YouTube or which you see on social media. Find out the reality, then talk. Okay, no guys. So a lot of people shouted, telling 28 became 40, 12% increase kar diye. They kya increase kare tu samajh pehle. It is not increased, it is reduced. It's understanding. Free once out. 12% what government has done is, some products from 12 they shifted to 5, some products they shifted to 18. The 12 is not there today. As on today, there is no 12% rate in the market. We have only 5%, like 18%, 5% for various products like medicines. We have 5%. Restaurants, no bill, 2.5%, 2.5%. The same restaurant, if you go to Star Hotel, you'll find 9%, 9%. Stars will So rate will be higher only. And according to GST, there is nothing called star hotel, non-star hotel. According to GST, there is something called hotel where the room tariff is more than 7,500 per day. I am not telling for story. There in your syllabus for information. Whenever I tell some story, I'll tell that story because it's a part of our syllabus, not for fun. Yeah? Everybody understanding, sir? So I'll ask you one question. Normal hotel, if you go, what is the rate of GST? 5%. But if you go to one big star hotel where there are rooms where tariff is more than 7,500 per day, 18%. Because in the big hotels also will have restaurants, no ground floor. There. At restaurants, they will charge 18% GST. Somebody is asking, sir, what if it is breakfast free, complimentary? Then it is called composite supply. Talk very soon. No, naturally abundant. We'll talk in detail. Are we clear till this stage? Everyone. So I'll write one last point, then I'll teach next concept. Any change in GST law done by central government. Any change in GST law is done by central government on the recommendations of GST Council. At Article 279A. What is the article number for GST Council, sir? 279. I want you to write this. Below that, put the heading Article 279A and write this. Below, put the heading Article 279A, underline and write this. Write like this, directly you write. Center this side, state that side. What are the points we have? You write that. Done? So friends, center side, who are the two members? Union Finance Minister, Minister of State for Finance. And state side, who is there? Every state representative. And what is the weight of center, sir? 1/3 weighted vote. And all states together, 2/3 weighted vote. And to pass resolution, there should be 3/4 majority. I'm sure we are clear. Sample also. That not get any doubt in the future. That done? So friends, what is Article 366(12)A? Definition for GST. Article 269A. Out. IGST. Article 279A. GST Council. Central weight is how much? 1/3 weighted vote. All states put together. 2/3 weighted vote. And to pass a resolution, there should be 3/4 majority. Are we clear with this point, everyone? Right? Come on, get back. Look at the next point, please. Don't write, relax. What are the taxes subsumed in GST, my dear friends? We discussed that central excise tax. It was levied on manufacture, service tax, CVD and special CVD. There stands for countervailing duty. Now, what used to happen is earlier, once upon a time, whenever a person is doing imports, so when government is happy, imports or exports? Exports. Logic. Foreign currency is coming into India. Imports, our currency is going out. The more imports we are doing, the more our currency is suffering. Once upon a time, we used to tell dollar is 75, 70, 80, ought not. Very soon it will touch 100. That situation. Some are enjoying that 100, but the problem is that is a big cause of worry for us. Sir, yes or no, sir? Even sir, back now. Pre-GST, what used to happen is, whenever you do import, sir, you are required to pay something called BCD. What is BCD? BCD stands for Basic Customs Duty. Apart from that, there was something called CVD, which stands for Countervailing Duty. And there was something called Special CVD, Special Countervailing Duty. And the logic behind that also I will tell, so that you will understand what I am trying to teach. That is, sir, if instead of importing, you would have manufactured in India, you would have paid excise duty. Sir, no, sir. Now, because you imported, government lost excise duty. Speak out. To counter that, they levied countervailing duty. Understood? Now, instead of importing, you would have purchased in India. I repeat, instead of importing, you would have purchased in India, you would have paid VAT or CST. It tells her. Trusted would have paid VAT, interested would have paid CST, but definitely would have paid VAT or CST, no? Government lost that. Everybody. Because government lost it, told we will charge special CVD. Got the logic, no? There. Government is absolutely clear that imports, we will squeeze left and right. No doubt about it. We want tremendous tax because you are importing. Your market is suffering. Talk more in detail when I go to customs. But now what has happened is post GST. Post GST, what is the story? BCD is still there. 30 marks. Like that, if I tell you, you'll understand. BCD is what? Basic Customs Duty. And these two are gone. What we will charge is IGST. I think we are clear. Now we can easily remember that CVD, special CVD is gone and it is subsumed in GST. Next, central sales tax. Surcharge and cess related to supply of goods and services. State side, what tax has gone? Luxury tax, tax on lottery, betting, gambling. Nowadays, full famous. There, betting, gambling, lottery, taxable. Not just income tax 30%, also there is tax. And what do you think is the tax rate for betting, gambling, lottery? Yes, 40%. Logic he applied. Telling we have 540. Nonsense. So 40 only. Are you correct only? No, sir. Government is clear. Whenever something is nonsense, we will charge more. Because More they charge. What is government logic? They are charging more so that you will not participate. But they know our people mindset, no? Our people are crazy. Next, purchase taxes, VAT and sales tax, tax on advertisement, entertainment tax, except on what bodies? Local bodies. Local body example is municipal corporation, municipalities. Good. Surcharge related to supply of goods and services. So all these are gone and all these taxes have been subsumed into GST. That's how it became one nation, only indirect tax, only one goods and. What are the benefits of GST? Forget all that. You tell. What do you think is the benefit of GST? Sir, any question if I ask, no, you should always be able to tell benefits and negatives. Like every person has benefits and positives and negatives. Every law also will have benefits and no benefits. Come on, tell me what are the benefits of GST? Sorry? Cascading effect of taxes gone. Very good. One nation, one tax. Student is telling that no need to learn all the acts for exam. We learn only one law, GST. See that. What are the benefits of GST? Creation of unified market. I told you that whether you buy within the state or you buy from other state, you can claim input tax credit. So no, sir. I'll not make you write all this. This would have been inter-class. Definitely, I would have made you write because this is important for them. Final level only for under. You know. Go to advanced discussion. Boost to Make in India initiative. Enhanced investment and employment. Reduced. Obviously, no. Before we have to file that return, this return, this return. Now only one return. GST return. Sir, no, sir. Imagine a case our institute will tell we will combine 2-3 papers and conduct only one exam. Very good. Not normal, that is dangerous. Cascading effect has been mitigated. Of doing business. Benefit to small traders and what, sir? Startups. Sir, nowadays the problem is everybody is telling I am a startup. According to government, startup is somebody who is only technology driven and registered with government as a startup under MSME. That too. Near my house, one fellow has put up one tea stall. Recently, new tea stall he put up. Then I asked him, Anna, new tea stall. He told, yes, Anna, new startup. Free. Every fellow nowadays is telling I am a startup. The startup doesn't mean newly started. Startup is somebody recognized by the government as a startup. Hope you know this. They have an MSME department and they give recognition as a startup under Startup India Action Plan. That's where income tax also gives some deduction for the startups under a section called 80 IAC, where they tell 3 years enjoy, don't pay tax. Standing, no? Very good. 2-3 phases are complete shocking reality. As if today, the first day to see. Next, organized chain of what? Tax credit. Next, constitutional amendments. Already I told. Why was there a need to amend the constitution, sir? To give power to both central and intra-state supply, interstate supply. Intra-state supply, what will happen? Both central and interstate supply, only center. Parliament means center. Clarity? Article 279A, I will not discuss, already done. There? Out. Very good. Now, what does GST Council do? Number one, what are the taxes to be subsumed? What is taxable? What is threshold limit? We know, no? In your inter, you would have learned registration chapter, telling that registration is mandatory only if aggregate turnover is more than 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 40 lakhs, different case, different answer. Who told that? Don't tell, my faculty told. Read. GST Council. Or no, sir. Next. Rates of GST. Special provisions related to bills, model laws and apportionment of GST. Special rates and taxation during contingencies and calamities, Example, during COVID, remember COVID? We all sat at home for 2-3 months, washed clothes. Forgot those days? Wonderful, no? Enjoyed like anything, no? That time you cried, but now when we recollect, we enjoyed. Fact, reality only. 2 months passed away just like that. How we don't know. Okay, now don't think again one more COVID should come. People will die, sir. Okay, anyways, the point is very clear that during that COVID time, whatever is the due date for GST returns, government has extended the due dates. They have given relaxation. So that was a time where 2-3 months, almost 2 months, everybody sat at home. A lot of them have become master chefs. Totally no. YouTube channels have started. What they've done? Reels they have done. At that time Instagram was famous. Oh, TikTok reels. Okay. Wonderful. Recommend the date on which GST shall be levied on petroleum and its allied products. These are all the functions of GST Council. Dear friends, point wonderful. That's the story. We are done with the discussion about introduction to GST. Are we clear? Not only I wanted to complete that, but time was not sufficient. That's where it got pushed to today. Here, so before I get to supply discussion, I will discuss one last area. I will proceed to supply. Know that there are two types of supply called intrastate supply, interstate supply. Intrastate supply, what do we charge? GST and SGST. Interstate supply, what do we charge? Talk about something important. Utilization of ITC. I strongly believe a lot of students know this. Don't know, still will discuss, and I'll give 1-2 questions I want you to solve. Okay? Here? Then first, listen, then you write. Utilization of input tax. First listen, don't write. Put IGST. Put C. Put. Out of all these three, which is most user friendly? You are aware little. Good. Tell me. Input IGST. First we'll use it for what? First we'll use it for output. Always first manam. That only. Very good. First always we should take care of ourselves. Put IGST used for output, IGST. Then for output, put what? GST or SGST? Anyway, put. Then we can use it for output CST or SGST. Output CST or SGST in any order. That means first CGST, next SGST, or reverse. Any order or any manner. That means what? In any proportion. Practically, what is always advised to do is 50-50. Equally divide, so that it will be optimum utilization of input tax credit. If you want to use it in optimum manner, always do 50-50. But in exam, sometimes they'll ask a question on compute net GST payable such a way that SGST should be minimum. I'll repeat the line. What they ask in the exam is compute net GST payable in such a way that SGST should be minimum. Come on, what should be minimum? SGST should be minimum. What should I do then? IGST credit, first use for output IGST, then use total for output SGST, because we want SGST to be minimum. That's the logic, no? That is common sense, and it is important that common sense should always be common. Can't create that. Okay, no? Next point. Input GST. First use it for output. First always. Next output. Next output, no, SG, put SGST. I'll give you two important principles. Important principles is for one, of C and is like be what's sir utilized only after GST exhausted. That means what? First completely use IGST credit, finish it off totally, then only use GST or SGST. I hope I understand it. See, once a point. Not be used for output and vice versa. I think we are clear. One small example. I'll make you write. After that, I'll give you one question, please. Okay, sir. Thousand. 30,000. 30,000. Output IG 40,000. 40,000. GST 40,000. Guys, come on friends, how are we going to present this? Hope you know this. IGST, SGST. First I will calculate output. How much is output tax? 40,000 each. I'll reduce input tax credit. Tell me friends, what should I take first? Definitely I should take IGST first because why? Credit of CGST, SGST to be utilized only after IGST credit is fully exhausted. First completely use IGST credit. Then only please use CGST or SGST. How much is the figure? 50,000. So I'll take 40 here. Balance 10 I have. I'll ask you one question. That entire 10, can I use only for CGST? Yes. Can I use only for SGST? Can I do 50-50? Can I do 60-40? Can I do 70-30? Very good. What is most advised? You know I have. Net payable till 5,000. I'm sure we got clarity on this point. 3-1, sir. Please reply. Couple of questions. Done? I'm sure we are done. Yes, please. Write one question. Mr. X provides the following for the month of July 20. Compute net GST. Provides following details for the month of July 2020. Compute what, my dear friends? Net GST payable. What is the net GST payable? Item. Outward supply of goods percent equal to outward supply of goods 5% equal to outward supply of goods percent outward supply of goods 5% rent GST on rent paid 1 lakh on which of 18%. Rent paid is 1 lakh on which GST are purchased for office use. Tax it our capacity 5 seat. Hope you know about seat. Is important. Block credits. What is a block credit? Motor car where the approved seating capacity is not more than 13%, including driver. Exactly. 13. More than 13 credit is allowed. Less than 13 credit is not allowed. Out. We'll talk more in detail. Solve. Get the answer. Come on to it, please. Last two. Yes, my dear friends, are we done? Yeah. First thing what you are supposed to do is first to compute what is the total input tax credit. But your job makes more simple and easy. Yes or no? Total input tax credit. We take columns as IG, ST, SGST. So on input tax credit, what we have? First we have inward supply. Inward supply, what we have first, my dear friends? Inward supply inter we have, correct, no? Inward supply inter is what, my dear friends? 3 lakhs. When I say inward supply inter, it will come in which column? IGST column. What is the figure? 54,000. That's correct or not? Next one. Next one, what we have is inward supply intra, my dear friend. Please reply. Come on, please participate. Inward supply intra, my dear friends. Yes or no, sir? Inward supply intra. What is the figure? 15,000 and 15,000. 15,000 CGST, 1,000 SGST. Friends, correct or not? Next, what we have? On the rent also, we are going to claim input tax credit. Rent also, I clearly told it is intra only. Friends, correct or not? Rent is also intra only. How much is the figure? 9,000. 9,000. And when I talk about motor car is what credit, my dear friends? Block credit. Motor car, I will write in the bracket as block credit. So motor car credit is blocked. And I already told you that motor car, where the approved seating capacity is not more than 13%, then the credit is blocked. Some special case only allowed, like you are doing sale of cars, or you are in the business of transportation of passengers. Some special case only credit is allowed. If not, credit is not allowed. We will talk in detail when I go to the topic called input tax credit, where we'll talk about block credit. Indirectly, what you have to understand is that in this basic concepts only, I'm touching upon all different chapters so that we are clear on what we are going to learn. Make sense, guys? Everybody, please reply. But it is blocked, so I'll take all 3 columns as blank. Next, what is the total? 4,000 is my GST credit. 24,000 CGST credit, 24,000 SGST. My total input tax. Everybody same figure? Come on, let's calculate net GST payable. Again, I will take columns as IGST, GST, SGST. Tell me, guys, what is the output tax? IGST column. 35,000, 45,000, 45,000. Pakka? Here, from that I'll reduce what? Input tax credit. From output tax I'll reduce input tax credit. Hence, what is that I'll reduce first? IGST. Because credit of CGST is to be utilized only after IGST credit is fully exhausted. How much IGST credit I have? 54,000. So I'll take 35,000 here. What is the balance? Balance is how much? 19,000. So I'll take it as 8,500. So 19,000 I have. Okay. 9,500. That's it. How much is CGST figure? 24,000. GST figure? 24,000. And my net GST payable till 11,500, 11,500. How many of you got same answer? Please raise your hand. Half the class. Balance. Guys, I gave a simple question only. I didn't give a difficult question as such. Just asked you to compute net GST payable. But directly I did not give numbers. I gave words so that you will calculate and do it. Like this, we'll solve a lot of questions with a lot more detailed, interesting points when I go to the topic called input tax. Everybody clear? One more question. How many of you want one more question? Last question. After that, I will start with supply. Okay? One last question. But I want majority to get the right answer. Yeah, no? Right. Get the question. Mr. A. Mr. A provides the following details. Mr. A provides the following details. Mr. A provides the following details for the month of August 2026. Mr. A provides the following details for the month of August 2026. So compute net GST. Compute net GST. Right below. Outward supply, intra, outward supply, intra, outward supply intra at 18%. Outward supply intra 18%, 10 lakhs. Outward supply intra 18%, 10 lakhs. Next, outward supply inter. Outward supply inter at 18%. Outward supply inter at 18%. Lakhs. Lakhs. Next, outward supply. Outward supply intra at 18%. Outward supply intra at 18%. 12 lakhs. Inward supply inter 18%. What are the figures for outward? Lakhs, 6 lakhs, no? Lakhs is intra. Right? What you wrote? Inward supply? Inter, 7 lakhs. Inward supply inter, 7 lakhs. Next point. Outward supply inter at 5%. Outward supply inter at 5%. 15 lakhs. 1.5. Outward supply intra 5%. 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs. Point. Amount paid to CMA. Amount paid to CMA for cost audit. Amount paid to CMA for cost audit equal to 2 lakhs plus 18% GST. Equal to 2 lakhs plus 18% GST. Okay, sir? Fine. Mobile purchased. Mobile. Phone, sir. Mobile purchased for personal use. Mobile purchased for personal use equal to 50,000 plus 18% GST. Last point. Okay. One laptop purchased, one laptop purchased for business use, one laptop purchased for business use is equal to 1 lakh plus 18% GST. But it is stolen, but it is stolen immediately after purchase. But it is stolen immediately after purchase. Immediately after purchase. Understood, sir? Sir, just imagine this. Purchase one laptop and he came outside the shop. Somebody came that laptop and went away. Sir, no, sir. Sir, lost is different, stolen is different. Lost means we missed it. Stolen means somebody has shown their talent. Correct? No, sir. Now tell me, if it is stolen, will come, sir? Out. That point is also there in block credit. Directly, I'm telling you, directly I taught you 3 points of block credit. Last question I taught you motor car. Question, personal use, credit will not come. Goods are lost or stolen, credit will not come. Understood? Enjoying the question. Now I want to enjoy the answer. Get the right answer, guys. Come on. Sir, done, sir? Tell me, friends, how much is the input tax credit here you got? That you tell me. IGST, how much? 1 lakh? Everybody same figure? But CGST figure, how much you got? 1 lakh 8,000. CGST figure. Anybody different number by any chance? Different? Amount paid to CMA for cost audit, we should credit. They have not taken that. Oh, very good. 1 lakh 26,000. How many of you got 1 lakh 26,000? Install. Amount paid to CMA, you don't want to take it. How can you do like that, sir? How can you do injustice to yourself? What is your question? Amount paid to CMA, why it is IGST, why it is CGST, SGST, why not IGST? That is your question. When question is silent, we should always state it as intra-state only. Called covering, because I did not tell intra. Only question will tell intra only. Sir, clear, no? Arey, sir, check your numbers, sir, please. Sir, got. Cross check your numbers. Amount paid to CMA, that is intra only. GST is GST only. Come on, friends. Let's calculate net. Tell me, friends, how much is output tax? 1 lakh 83,000. That much we got. Oh, at 5% value is higher. Understood. GST is GST. 119. 150. 1 lakh 90,000. Everybody same number? Good. Yes, input tax credit. First, what will I take? 1 lakh. Oh, everything gone here only. GST. Balance. That's it. How many of you got correct answer? Raise your hand. Oh, good. For of hands. Except CMA. It's important for us. Not tell except CMA. Okay, very good. Clear? No, every mark will count, sir. Because ultimately, not 1 mark, it is 6 months. And in 6 months, lot of things will. Agree to that, no? Every mark will important. I have seen lot of students in my life who got 199 also and failed. Want 200 no? What is the use? Here? So please, the mark is counting. Ultimately, it's not 1 mark. It is months of our life. This is no joke. That will change a lot of things in our life. At your age, 6 months is very, very important. Correct? No, sir. Because we are doing professional course, no? We ask our friend generally, where are you staying? Which place you are from? What is your hostel name? What do you eat? But never we'll ask our friend, what is your age? Correct? No? We don't ask that because we also don't want to tell our. So please increase, complete the course and walk out. So it is wonderful to spend life as professional, but it is very difficult to spend life as student when the age is going up. Right, sir? But a very small age, if you complete, the life will be wonderful. That's the whole thing. Can I proceed? Everyone, sir. So that's the end of story for introduction to GST from my side. We can proceed with wonderful topic called the concept of supply. Before that, quick revision of 2 minutes, quick recap. Tell me guys, which country introduced GST first? France. India introduced GST when? 1st of July 2017. India introduced Canada. Wow. India adopted which country model? Canada model of GST. Technically known as what model? Dual GST model. Center and state together will levy and collect the GST. And to introduce GST, there was a need to amend the constitution. For that, they brought Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2016. Not 17. GST Act 2017. Right now, friends? What is Article 3? GST definition. GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Right, friends? Out. What is Article 269A? IGST. 279A. GST Council. How many petroleum products are temporarily kept outside GST? What are those 5? Petroleum crude, high-speed diesel, motor spirit, natural gas, and aviation turbine fuel. Friends, what is GST? GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcohol liquor for human consumption. GST is a tax on supply. This word is very important because GST will apply only if it is supply. Only if it is supply. The whole game is a supply. We are clear with supply, we can learn time of supply. Then we can learn value of supply. Then we can learn place of supply. To understand all this, that of supply, we should know what is. That is important. And that is dealt by one beautiful section known as section. Dear friends, and 7 is divided into don't write now. I'll tell when to write. That time relax. Section 7 is divided into 7.1, 7.1a, 7.2 and 7.3. And in 7.1, again we have 7.1a, 7.1aa, 7.1b, 7.1. 7.1a don't have anything. 7.1a only. 7.2 again we have 7.2a, 7. Are we clear, friends? All this we are going to learn along with some interesting letters, clause and notification. Some points you would have already heard in inter, but how much you remember is a big question. Forget it. Forget it means I will forget it and I'll teach you from beginning. Okay, my dear friends? And today, let's discuss 7.1a and complete that. Hence, we'll see 1-2 more points also. Then very what 7.1a says. Let me write because it's important. I'll write. 7.1a supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both. Story is not over. Still lot more story is there. Come on. Supply includes all forms of supply of goods. Relax. Stop there. What is this goods? This table goods? This laptop goods? Camera goods? Are you good? Thank you very much. Goods. What is good? No, somebody. No group discussion. No solo. Yes, sir. White shirt friend. Only are there white shirt? You, sir. What is good? Goods only. Somebody. Movable items. Movable items are goods. You are not movable. You are not goods. You are movable, but you are not property. Because goods cover every kind of movable property. Goods cover what, sir? Every kind of movable property. Listen now. Goods cover every kind of movable property other than money and securities. But include something. Go there. Goods cover what? Every kind of movable property other than money and securities. What is money? Unexpected. What is money? Currency. Oh, money covers every form of currency, including promissory notes, bills of exchange, letter of credit, foreign currency. Everything is covered there. Out. One, sir. I have a question. Somebody has got any old currency notes? Sir? Not take, don't worry. Give, sir. Note is that, sir? Much currency? 5 rupees. Work outside? ₹20 will work, sir, outside. I want some currency which will not work outside. ₹2,000 note, give, sir. Okay. One old 5 rupee note. Old 5 rupee note. Okay, let's say this is one old note. Okay, which is not working anymore. Now tell me, first question I'll ask you. Is this a currency? Is this a currency? Okay. Is this money? And I will ask. Is this currency? Speak out. Yes. Is this money? You are right actually. What answer you gave is absolutely right. It is not money because money covers every kind of currency, including letter of credit, bill of exchange, and foreign currency, which is a legal tender. Is what tender? Legal tender. Now this currency, not a legal tender, but it is a currency held for numismatic value. That word, sir? Numismatic value. Numismatic value means old coins, old collection, which is being held. After 20 years, 30 years, it will become a masterpiece. The old 5 rupees note, but our friend can sell for 5,000 rupees in future. Not now, after 10, 20 years. Don't tell, sir. Are yes or no, sir? Now I'll ask one question. Properly answer. Last question. Okay? Currency. Tell, sir, is this currency? Is this money? Is this goods? 100% answer is yes. Because goods does not cover money. Money does not cover currency, which is not legal tender. So a currency held for numismatic value is not covered in definition of money. So it is covered in definition of goods. One came in exam on time. And students know only one thing. W everki urke rao. Answer would ever urke rao. There. Are we getting clarity? Everyone, sir. Thank you so much. So what is the answer now? Come on, get back. Money covers what? Every form of currency, including foreign currency, letter of credit, bill of exchange. But does not cover currency which is not a legal tender. Technical terms, currency held for its numismatic value. One more time you tell that word. Numismatic value. Are we clear, sir? goods cover goods cover what? Every kind of movable property other than money and securities. What is? Tell them. Show your FM talent. Shares, security, debentures, bonds, derivatives. Let me tell all chapters name over. So all these are securities which are not covered in definition of goods. That's why when you sell the shares or debentures or bonds, you are not required to pay GST. Out. So goods cover every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable. Stop there. Story is there, but we'll stop there. What is actionable? I am not somebody who will just come just like that, hello, hi, and go. I cannot do that. Perfection is perfection. No compromise. Okay, no? That we want. No doubt about it. Now tell me, what is actionable? Well, qualified came looking at me like that. When I asked how many of you remember something what you learned, lot of them have raised hand. Some raised this much only. Much only we know. Some just saw me. Tell sir, what is actionable? You heard this word? Very good. Then tell. What is telling? Better we should tell not heard only. Okay, I'll tell the answer. The actionable claim is basically an unsecured debt. What debt? Unsecured debt which can be enforced in the court of law. Sir, why did that word come? Actionable claim. I'll give an example. Let us say one of our friend is organizing one lottery. Yeah. Let's say for example, one of our friends is organizing a lottery. Shiva Teja purchased lottery ticket, which I generally don't like, but I purchased lottery ticket. And imagine, next day morning I got up, opened the newspaper, and I saw my ticket number. Extremely happy. And I went to him, 10 lakh rupees lottery money. And our friend told, 1 rupee also I'll not give. What you want to pick? Like that our friend told. Now tell me what can I pick? Tell me what can I do? Tell me what can I do, sir? Can I take his property? Can I take his property? Can I take his assets? I can't take because it is not a secured debt. What can I do? File a case in the court of law. Now I'll tell the answer. Actionable claim. How did that word come, you know? A claim which can be actioned in the court of law, known as an actionable claim. A claim which can be actioned in the court of law is an actionable claim. That too, that word is supposed to be used only when it is an unsecured debt. Because if it is secured, why do you want to go to court of law, take his property? No. What is the actionable claim? An unsecured debt which can be enforced in the court of law. Now come back. Goods definition is not over. Goods cover every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claims. Till here we are clear. But includes actionable claims. Growing crops or grass. That's grass. Don't eat. But people tell no, you are eating that or what? Yeah. Growing crops or grass or things attached to or forming part of the land which are severed or agreed to be severed. Severed means cut. Severed or agreed to be severed before supply or under a contract of supply. Much English here, no? Simple meaning is what you know. On land, there are trees. That trees, if you pluck, it becomes goods. If you don't pluck and sell land as it is not goods. So that tree is immovable. The moment you remove, movable. Logic only, no? But in exam, we cannot go and write pluck, tree peaking, all that we can't write. So proper answer should come. This is all story, whatever I told you, given by definition of goods, which is given by section 252 defines what is goods. Cover every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claims, growing crops, grass or things attached to or forming part of the land which are severed or agreed to be severed for supply or under a contract of supply. The one, sir. So goods cover what, sir? Every kind of movable property other than, this word money is defined by 275. Other than money and what? Securities. This word securities is defined by 2101. Other than money and security, but includes what? Actionable claims defined by section 21. Tell me, supply includes what? All forms of supply of goods or services or both. Jara bhi baki hai, not over. Which section defines goods? It is not 2 subsection, it is 2 clause 50. Generally, a section will have subsection will have clause. But in definition section, we don't have subsection, we have clause. If I tell like this, you will not remember. But if you have to remember, I will tell in a way you have to tell. I have to tell. That is, subsections of a section are related to each other. But tell me, 75 to 101, are they related? In definition section, no definition is related to another definition. What we call them as clause, not as subsection. No, sir. Cover what? Kind of movable property other than money and security, but includes actionable claims, growing crops, grass or things attached to or forming part of land which are severed or agreed to be severed before supply or under contract of supply. I'm sure we got full clarity on. Back. Supply includes what? All forms of supply of goods or services or both. Here there is one word. What do you mean by service? You understood my approach. Tell, what is services? Other than goods. Oh, that means money is covered in services. Securities is covered in services. The service word is defined in section 2, 102 and 2102. Services means anything other than goods, money and security, but includes activity of money change. Of what, sir? Money changing, where consideration is charged. That is important. Not just one note taken and change is given. Consideration is charged. Example, we give dollars and take rupees. Activity of money changing where consideration. Next. Activity of, next point. Activity of facilitating. Come on, what is that word, sir? Activity of facilitate transaction in. Activity of facilitating transaction in security. Example, stock broker or share broker will charge fees? No, sir. The share broker, stock broker will charge fees? No, sir. On that fees, definitely GST will apply. On securities, GST will not apply. But on that stock broking fee, GST will apply. Yes. When you open demat accounts or some other account, if they collect some charges, on that charges GST will apply. I hope you know that. Answer. Here, come on. Supply includes what? All forms of supply of goods or services or both. Such as, what sir? Transfer. Hold. What is sale? Transfer. Hurry. A sale is a case where there is a transfer of ownership. There is a transfer of title along with the right. And in transfer word, it is right without transfer of title. Right, no, sir? Transfer, barter, exchange. Wait. Sir, what is barter? Exchange. Then what is exchange? Goods with goods. Goods means barter. Goods with service means exchange. It tells her, you all know the answer, they are not telling. Sir, exchange is a case where there is a monetary consideration involved. For example, we go to one shop, we purchase one phone, told 1 lakh, he told Bhaiya, I will give my old phone. He told, okay, old phone you give, 30,000 will reduce. Balance you pay 70,000. Is that barter or exchange? Exchange, money is involved. But in barter, no consideration is involved separately. Come on, barter. So supply includes what? Repeat. All forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, granting of license, rental, lease. That in short period we call it as rent. For long term we use a word called where more rights are given to the lessee, not lessee. Lessee. You know that no lessor, lessee. You will learn more in CFR, financial reporting. Yes, AS 116. Time will come. You will learn that. Don't worry. Because we have Ind AS 1. Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal. Oh, I didn't write the word. Rental, lease or disposal. Disposal means selling as scrap. Guy is telling scrap, so what? Pay GST. For us it doesn't matter anything. Pay GST, that's all. One, supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal. Made or agreed to be made. That means it is done or to be done for a consideration. Friends, what is consideration, sir? When something in technical language, bid to pro. Sir, this word consideration is also defined in the law. One beautiful section called section 231. And as you rightly told, it says something in return. Simple language. But consideration does not include points. For one, refundable deposits unless appropriated. What does this mean? I'll tell. Sir, whenever we take property on rent, they take rental deposit. No, sir. Security deposit. That security deposit is not the consideration for the owner because it is refundable. But generally what happens is, whenever tenant is vacating, no, what he will tell is, last 2-3 months he will tell, I will not pay rent, sir. Starting I paid deposit, no. From that deposit you adjust. Very common. Speak out, sir. When it is adjusted, no, it becomes consideration. That is the meaning of this word called refundable deposits unless appropriate. Okay? Refundable deposits unless appropriated. More point. Also does not include subsidy from the government or get back. Supply includes what? All forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person. For a consideration by a person. Course or tell the word. Furtherance of business also covers profession. Course of business means doing something what you are doing. Furtherance means expansion of business. Yeah? Now I'll ask you one question. Okay? Now what has happened is Shiva Teja stopped liking his phone. Example, I like my phone. Stopped liking my phone and I decided to sell my phone. And I took photo of my phone with another phone, of course. I took photo of my phone and I put up on OLX. OLX or OLX. Some kind customer saw that. Both met at one place. I gave my phone. Consideration, no free of cost. Okay? It is supply. Pay GST, because I already told. The supply, GST will apply. Be like that, don't tell. Supply. What? Come on, is it supply? Speak out. 100% answer is no, because it is goods, there is consideration, but it is not in the course of furtherance of business. That is, the business is not selling phones. Speak out, yaar. Next question. Teja decided to sell his gold ring. Okay? And I went to one shop named as Lalita Jewelers. And I told him, I want to give my old ring and I will buy one new ring. New ring value is 1 lakh. Old ring value is 80,000. And I paid balance 20,000. Speak out. Called exchange. Wow. Now tell me, from Shiva Teja's point of view, I gave my old ring. From Shiva Teja's point of view, it's supply. Speak out. 100% answer is no. I gave old ring, I got 80,000, but it is not in the course of furtherance of Shiva Teja's business. But tell me, from Lalita Jewelers' point of view, is it supply? 100% answer is yes. Because from their point of view, it is in the course or furtherance of business. I think we are getting clarity. Beat the line. What? I mean, for information, that's the end of story for section 7.1. What is 7.1a, sir? Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Yeah? Want to take this one? Supply, put section 7 and draw this. In 2 minutes, we'll complete the class. Just 2 minutes. Please cooperate. That done? What is there? Yeah, just take this part. Only this part. 7.1a part you take. Suggest don't see. You already know the answer. Without seeing you. Friends, done friends? Supply includes what? All forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease, or a disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. That's the story of which section? 7. 1. Just see this diagram once. Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease, or a disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person, the course or furtherance of business. We are getting complete clarity on this. One, sir. Speak out. Parents will take part in next session. No problem. Yeah. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good day. Shiva Teja signing off. Bye bye.